And we're back. It's your boy, Edwardo Jackson, CEO, founder, creator of the Cinema Draft Game and CD3D. Let's invite the people. Let them know what's going on. Let's get this up and running. Where's my invite link? Let's share now. Man, you take a couple weeks off, you don't remember how stuff works. That's pretty dang sad. CD3D news. Can we do that? Nope. Okay. So let's just invite some people. Invite. Everyone who's been seen around these parts. Sure, you too, Karen. All right, send that invite out. Yeah, it's been, sorry about last week. I wasn't sick per se, but let's just say I wasn't in the right headspace to do to do an update. As I'm sure most of you all have been affected. It's just been chaos in the markets. And that doesn't even bother me that much because we kind of had an idea that crypto winter was coming. I mean, these things happen fairly regularly. If you follow what do they call it? If you follow the Golden Bull ratio cycle, you would know that we're probably going to enter into a crypto winter last November. I was trying to delay. I thought it would take us until December, October. No, December, January. No, it came pretty much November as everything started sliding. And today, the markets are on fire. So real quick update on our token price. Wow, a lot of junky ads. Not looking good, fellas, ladies and gents. Not looking good. At essentially 1.4 cents. This is because our primary trading pair is BTC, and BTC is catching a beat down. I'm sorry, not BTC. BNB is catching a beat down, struggling to stay above $200. Struggling, as we'd say in baseball, the Mendoza line. If you're batting 200, which is basically means you're getting one hit out of every 5. You're getting one hit out of every 5, two hits out of every 10. Not great. You lose your job if you can't stay above the Mendoza line. So this is the crypto version of the Mendoza line. $200 for BNB, and it is struggling to stay above the crypto Mendoza line. So since our main pair is down and everything's down, look at that. Bitcoin, if it didn't already, it looks like it's starting to go sub 20K, which, I won't lie, it's kind of scary when you think about it, but honestly, we've seen bigger dips. We've seen worse. Matter of fact, let's look at where's the chart? I like looking at it long term. Let's see. Let's go back. Excuse me. Yeah. So all time. It's done some whoppers. But let's go logarithmically. So logarithmically, that's like by percentage of gain and supply. Basically, this shows like, okay, so it went up all this way, but it went down this way. So it really logarithmically really puts into perspective because still overall we're going up and to the right. It's just not at the rate that we would like because we've been spoiled, because we've tasted a glimpse of 70K, or just under 70K, because we've tasted, we've scraped 62, 63, 65K. Because we know what's possible, logarithmically, this actually puts it into perspective that this dip is, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not even that radical, because logarithmically it's like percentage of the actual price. So if it goes down 10%, it's going to show like going down like 10 points logarithmically. So this really keeps it in perspective. Like when we were just getting started, well, this only picks up around 2013, but when we were in the early days, sub 500, say, I mean, it shoots up to 1200. I mean, look at that difference change, right? Look at that difference change right there, logarithmically, from $71 to 1200. It's pretty. I mean, that's not even. Oh man, that's not even percentage wise. That's like 3 or 4x what we've lost this year. Yeah, look at this, 2021 right here. I mean, and even go back even further. Go back to 2020. Logarithmically, I mean, we've hardly lost anything. So I don't know. I know it doesn't feel great for people who entered around, I don't know, 30, 40, 50, maybe even 60K to talk about logarithmically. But at times in days like today, when even the traditional, the trad markets and the stock markets are on fire, I mean, come on, what are we talking about really here? Seriously. I mean, logarithmically, I mean, this is nothing. Bitcoin has seen a lot worse. I mean, look at this. Somehow we survived. Matter of fact, I'll never forget, I started a new job in 2015, and I saw us go from 1,200 at like around Christmas 2013 down to, I think it was 215, 250, something like that. I started a new job in the summer of 2015, and I remember Bitcoin was like 250. And I think with my first paycheck, I think I went and bought like half Bitcoin because it was what I needed necessary to finish up like a full Bitcoin at the time, right? And I was so proud of myself, had a full Bitcoin and it was trading at 250, and I started giving out like $5 chunks of Bitcoin to everyone around the office. Well, that $5 chunks of Bitcoin at one point was worth about $500-$600. Now today it's probably worth about maybe $250. But still, my point remains: logarithmically, we're going to be fine. Hang in there. Now, when it comes to CD3D, the only reason why I say all that is that with no utility yet, although it's coming, and I promise you, that's all we work on around here. With no utility, we're still hanging in there. We're still above a cent. There's some other fairly established tokens and coins out there, of which on a pure price basis, not market cap, but price basis, we're still higher than. So with no utility whatsoever just yet. So, but hang in there. Utility's coming. I'm very excited. We made some key hires today or over the last few days. I'd like to introduce to you, well, this is our revamped team page. Check it out. And it's mostly just the addition of our new chief technical officer, Ayush Tiwari, who probably is not listening because he doesn't know the show exists. He just got on the job on Monday. But check out Ayush's LinkedIn, very bright fella. And also it helps solidify our global status as a distributed global company by default and by design. He also hails from India. As you can see, Pollock, currently on maternity leave. Our senior UI UX designers from India are from the United States. Anton, our advisors from the United States. George, who runs the community management and who is listening. What up, Mr. Butler 20? He's from the Philippines. And for the first time making an appearance on our page, he's put in the work. He's been with us for almost 2 years now. My boy Mabubar, a.k.a. Maraful Rahman, over in Bangladesh. So we are wide. We may be a small team, but we are wide. We are global. And we are on our grind. So, yeah, so as he's starting to settle in, he's going to help push us over the final hump we need to get CD3D decks out. I do not have a date for you yet. I do not. But, well, I can't say anything with any specificity until we have contracts under audit. But I will say this: when the announcement comes, just get your coins and stuff together. just get ready because things are going to move pretty quickly once we're able to make the announcement. I hate doing the Justin Sun, making announcements for the announcements or throwing out dates that, development ends up, passing. I'm through with that. I'm not guaranteeing any more dates. Development is very tricky. Execution, as I mentioned before, is hard. And it's even harder when you are 95% bootstrapped, aka no VC money like we are. So just wanted to say that this is coming sooner than you think, and it's going to be damn glorious. What else can we check out today? Oh, and here's another thing too. This might be a little shorter of an update only because I was hooking up a new computer last night. And if anyone who's ever hooked up like a new computer, you have to change all your settings, add all your stuff. And so I haven't even started adding all the damn wallets I need to my MetaMask. So we're not going to do a Melrob update today. We will check in real quick with Unifarm and see the Cinema Draft. This is our staking cohort. If you have CD3D here in the staking pool right now, you're enjoying a robust 250% APY, which looks like we're tied with Safley for the most APY. I mean, the max you can do is 250% APY. So you guys are enjoying. If you've been in this for 4 weeks or more, you're enjoying all 4 tokens: CD3D, Unifarm, Canamo, and the Safel. I think it might be Safel, and the Safel token. So enjoy all those free tokens from now and until October 26th. And also some more housekeeping. This is my bad. I will lock these up shortly after this broadcast, but we will be having another influx of 500,000 liquidity tokens added to our liquidity wallet. As you can see, the lock expired about a day and a half ago. So I will be relocking 15.5 million, and 500,000 will reside in our liquidity wallet. And we're chilling with these. We're waiting until CD3D DEX is up and running so we can have a nice fat staking pool and provide some decent liquidity for the site. Let's see what else. And as far as the proof of lock page, anything else coming up, I think there might be. It looks like team tokens are being distributed in about a month. But we don't really care because we're still a small team and not very many are being spent, to be honest with you. We have spent some team tokens in with some of our recent hires, but nothing too alarming. And right now at 1 cent, I mean, it just behooves everyone just to sit on these tokens until we are post sale and we have more liquidity. Woo! Pardon me, my throat was parched. Okay, so. And then I guess the only other thing I can mention is, see, I mean, okay, skip for now. There's nothing to I haven't even set up my Twitter yet on this thing. I still have to add CD3D app. That's right. So I have to set up. There we go. See, I haven't even connected my CD3D app account yet because I'm still getting all my settings back and together from switching over to the new computer. And mind you, this wasn't extravagance. This was a necessity. My computer was almost 7 years old. And I mean, if you guys know me, I need to switch out my computers like you switch out cars every 3 or 4 years because that's when cars and computers start having problems. So welcome to the new fold, the new computer, aka Claremont. All right. And yeah, and then also just, I mean, nothing really to note yet. I know George and the team are cooking up some fun and interesting engagements and promotions. So keep a lookout for that when we do announce those. And just some of the shows that we're watching. I did finish the 6th season of Peaky Blinders. Definitely worth the wait and the watch. #4Polly. And then also Borgen. its fourth and potentially final season, aka Borgen Power and Power and Glory? Power and Glory. That also debuted on Netflix over the last week. And also thank you to whoever did this very unique pixel gift. Very cool. In 4 parts. Thank you. We liked and retweeted that. That was pretty darn cool. So unfortunately, we have so much going on behind the scenes that I'm not at liberty to discuss. I wish I could tell you guys about it. The timing is not right yet. Once again, I do not and I know we've been deep teasing you this, but let me tell you what we're working on. It's going to be definitely worth it. It's going to supercharge the entire ecosystem, and we're going to be a bright light. We're going to be a beacon of prosperity in the middle of a down market. But hopefully by the time we're able to launch everything that we're working on, the market will be recovering. But if not, we'll be okay. And CD3D, more importantly, will be golden. All right, so that's pretty much it for the updates right now. Like I said, sad we don't have a MelRob update. I still have to add about 25 different MetaMask. Hell, I have to add Microsoft Office back to my computer, dang it. So I've got a lot of work to do. But and also I'm the Draft Stream game is finally gaining some more steam. I'm actually going to be working on a potential test game this weekend. It's not exactly open to the public, but we hopefully expect to have a game open to the public next week. Tentative, of course, dependent upon development. All right, so with that, I will turn it over to the floor. The audience, listeners. I'm here to answer your questions. Fire away.
You might as well say, and with that, I'll turn it over to Aisha. Hello, Edwardo. Can you hear me okay?
Any questions this week? No questions.
Hello.
Or maybe I can't hear. Let me make sure I turn this up. Let's see.
Wait a minute. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, there she is.
Yeah. What I was saying, and then you didn't hear me say, is that you might as well say, and with that, I'll turn the floor over to Aisha.
I know you've been itching to get out here and join us. So welcome back. Appreciate your presence. What is on your mind this week, Aisha?
A few things. Okay, so number one, I appreciate you bring up the log feature of the chart. I never looked at it, and it really puts things into perspective. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, because when you look at it as a percentage of what's out there, I mean, it looks a lot less scary. I mean, I'll tell you what is scary when we run up to 1,200 and it goes back down to 200. I mean, that's scary. And that's back when Bitcoin had a real threat of going to zero. But I mean, look at this, this run up to this dip is far less from here to here. It just is. It's just, it's not only are we in a macro economic moment right now where globally, like I had my boy Maraful from Bangladesh. He was telling me a couple weeks ago about how inflation in his country is just crushing everything. And I mean, last time I checked, we did send printed US dollars over there. So I mean, everything's having a ripple effect. Russia's being a bad global citizen and screwing up, global food supplies and stuff like that, which has affected the markets, which was already starting to feel the effects of inflation, of U.S. inflationary pressures anyway. So it's just a big ripple effect in crypto because now it has more institutional money than ever, has been swept up in the tide, but simultaneously, and I think far few many people are actually recognize this. We were already in and scheduled for, a routine. Was it a quadrennial? Is that right? Every 4 yearly halving cycle bear market anyway. So it's just bad timing. But for those who don't have real projects or real utility, they're going to be swept away. And honestly, I think someone mentioned that the companies that are born during, economic downturns or recessions are the ones that tend to have like really like outsized gains. Like out of the .com, bubble crash, that's when Google, Amazon really like ascended to power. Out of the the global recession, that's when 2008, that's when Bitcoin was born. These companies that are born out of these harsh environments and succeed, those are the ones that are being built to last. That's going to be us. That's going to be CD3D.
And we're blasting off. I just wanted
Got my moon boots ready.
I wanted to also add that where we are today with looking at the Bitcoin chart, the price today is about what the price was December 2020 when I first got into crypto.
You're fine.
It's same price. It's the same price.
Mm-hmm.
We've not regressed. In my opinion, this is the time where you stock up. It's like, stock up. Go to your Aldi stock up store. Go to your crypto exchange stock up store. Stock up. Because, prices are going up. Value will, reflect reflect the utility and the products of the tokens eventually. And
have you been checking out the some of the scuttlebutt in Black People in Cryptocurrency, our Facebook group? Because you're gonna have your day traders, swing traders. I tend to ignore those guys because those guys are like action junkies. I'm talking about the ones who are like every maybe fifth or sixth post, people are like, wow, this is a sale, I need to stock up, but people are being more cautious, though. They're not taking flyers on things that don't have real sound tokenomics or real use case or whatever. Like, this is the time when you need to stock up on the big boys and the projects you really believe in, not something you think you can pump and dump. The ones you need to buy now are ones you can pump and hold. And as you know, anything that we do with Cinema Draft and CD3D is built for the long haul. So anything that's got like a solid game plan for utility and a use case, and also has established itself like your big, Ethereum is cheap as hell. This is giving me 2018 flashbacks. Look how cheap Ethereum is now. It's threatening to go under 1,000.
Yeah, Ethereum was right when I first got in and bought my first little piece of Ethereum. It was like $9.60. That was like in December or January. So, of December 2020 or January 2021, around that time, that I bought my first little teeny piece of Ethereum and my first little $10 of Bitcoin, my first $10 of PayPal rental Bitcoin. So I'm just like, I haven't been in the game long, and I'm still sitting pretty.
I think also the issue is with every crypto winter. Besides shaking out the bad projects, it also shakes out, I guess, the bad minds, the people who have like the wrong idea about this type of stuff. Yes, this is a great time for traditional finance people to say, "Oh, crypto's a Ponzi," and then you always have your bad actors, your outliers, your edge cases of any financial system, honestly, that get either exposed, caught up, or ruined, or what have you. But in this case, I think that that not only is this when you can make your next fortune by getting real projects, real tokens, real coins for cheap, but this is when you really see like who the long-term thinkers are in this game. Because if you're going to get shaken by what isn't even the biggest drop in Bitcoin or in crypto's history, then you don't deserve to be in this thing for the long haul anyways. If you're chasing pump and dumps, you got caught out there, bro. Come back in the next bull cycle in about a year and a half. Right now, this is all about value, finding long-term value and utility, and those tokens, while they may be underpriced today, they'll be around tomorrow.
Absolutely, and I'm looking forward to it. Look,
yeah, I wonder if there's a way
portfolio.
Yeah, there you go. And I wonder if there's a way you can do like a historical like snapshot. Because I'd love to see. Someone showed like the list of the top 10 tokens back in 2013, and so I think someone did it in 2017 as well, or something like that. We need to do one of those for like what would like the last like what were the top ones back during the last crypto winter or whatever. Like what got shaken out last cycle? Because I mean, I promise you, the top 10 now don't reflect what the top 10 was 4 years ago, and then same thing the 4 years before that.
I'm wondering. Well, the wheels in my mind started turning because when I'm looking for like something old, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this page is no longer around," I go straight to the Wayback Machine, and I wonder if we can put in an exchange or something or like coin market cap or something like that. One of those things that has a crypto value in it into the Wayback Machine, and then pick pick years and date, specific dates, and just go back and see what they had up then. Do you ever use the Wayback Machine for looking at? Oh,
I haven't. This is my first time. I'm doing it live on camera. So this should be interesting. All right, so let's do. So let's do. Was it 2018? Was like the last real one. Man, I don't know what's up with my voice today. And maybe I haven't talked enough today, but I sound like a teenager. Cracking, like my voice cracking. It's crazy. Today is
cornbread.
Cornbread.
You're okay.
Okay. All right. So let's go exactly 4 years ago. All right. So I did like 5 snapshots. Let's see what's up. All right. So how does this work? So I click it, and what happens?
Yeah, click it. And then it should take us to the web page.
Okay, here we go. So it was Bitcoin.
I knew Bitcoin and ETH were going to be. Check out Ripple. I didn't even know.
Oh, Jesus. Now I want to bury this
Cash. That's crazy. Look at it.
Yeah, big cheese. I mean, EOS, it's still around, but what's it doing? Litecoin, double where it is now. That's sad. Stellar, actually about the same. So Cardano was still doing this thing back then. Okay, all right, interesting. IOTA, what happened to IOTA? I haven't heard that in a while. I haven't
even heard of it. And Tron still hanging in there, but Tron is double the price now.
Yeah. So, well, actually, not really. Have you seen Tron today?
I didn't see Tron today. Last time I saw Tron was last week.
7 cents, yeah. Oh man, no, that's not the same. 5 cents.
Okay. But we are in. But then what? But what we were talking about, with the prices going down and everything. Because I mean, if we go back to December of 2020, while we were in, and actually that was the beginning of a bull market, right? In 2020, we were starting. We were in a bull market, and if we went back to December 2020, we will probably see similar prices today. Well, maybe similar prices, last week, because today is real bad.
So I was checking. I just wanted to check real quick. Justin Sun's algorithmic stablecoin experiment. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's in trouble, but
3% drop on a stablecoin when you should have a 0% drop on a stablecoin. Look at all that rate.
It's looking. Anyway. I mean, because his whole thing was he was attracting investment to it with like 30% APY and stuff. But I mean, and was balancing it with algorithmically between Tron, I think BTT and some other tokens, whatever. But man, this is not. I mean, it may recover. I'm not saying it's finished or anything, but looks like it's been down as far as 5 cents. Oh wow, it's been down. It's been down as far as 4.
Ain't supposed to do that.
4 cents. Yeah, that's not great. And it looks like it's been down below stable for. Well, actually, look, it's actually been 98 cents all day. Hold on, let me see a 7-day. This is looking pretty. Okay, so it's just been the last.
So the red.
So it's been under $1 for almost 3 days now. 1 to 2.5 days. I don't know.
Yeah, because I've seen them, do the 99, and I've seen them go just slightly above $1, but I haven't seen a stable coin do this. Notwithstanding what had happened not too long ago with that other thing.
We've all seen stable coins do that recently, unfortunately.
With that other thing. But this one,
it's still early.
I haven't seen them dip like that before, but I don't really know that much about stable coins. But
The only one I care about is Binance USD, which I think is fully backed anyways, 1-to-1. So that's not,
the
we're
USD, but all the other stable coins that are on your screen right now, they're all holding steady where they're supposed to be.
I mean, the only other one is DAI. That actually is like the last of the true algorithmic stable coins. I have no idea how they do it. All I know is that they do, and it's been around, for a while. So actually, what's DAI's history? I think it's been around since. Oh, okay, so since 2019, I guess 2018, 2019. So yeah,
Dang, but did it really go up to 108? Like, I mean,
yeah,
$1.08.
$1.08.
That's what I mean. That would have been exciting.
$1.09. I mean, for like a day, for like a minute, and then eventually it kind of stabled out. Yeah. So, anyways, I mean, so we say all that to say, friends, hodlers, investors, crypto lovers, gamers, people who own C3D, people who aspire to own C3D, people who own other crypto, just continue to invest in value, invest in quality, invest in things that have a real long-term plan, because as you can see, although this top 10 is not as dramatic as I thought it'd be, but I mean, like what's Neo doing these days? I mean, like our top 10 still have, I mean, the major domos are always going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ripple has seen better days. Bitcoin Cash is irrelevant now. EOS lacks relevance these days too. Litecoin, half what it was. Stellar, ditto. Although excellent use cases for both these tokens, in my opinion. Cardano, backed by white supremacists, no thank you. IOTA, what happened to IOTA? What happened to IOTA? What are they up to? That was like
anything about IOTA.
That was supposed to be the one with the token economy between the Internet of Things. That's what it stands for. Internet of Things Association, whatever. And that was supposed to be the one where like your smart fridge would trade currency with like Amazon to automatically order you stuff or something like that. So I don't know what happened to that one, but that one dropped off. And Tron. So as far as like the top 10, crashed and burned dreams, I think IOTA is really the only one, because IOTA, if we can find it, yeah, because our top 10, Bitcoin, Tether, USDT, yeah, 1, 2, 3, yeah. So 3 of the top 6 are stable coins. So yeah, it's a good point. Ripple still there, and DAI, and yeah, and then you see like Polkadot. I mean, Doge is nowhere to be found that high 10 years ago, or sorry, 4 years ago. You have to scroll deep to find Doge. There it is, 42. So very interesting. So thanks for the internet Wayback Machine, Aisha. That definitely puts things into perspective.
Well, every AMA you have, there's always a teachable moment for either of us. I love it.
All right, if you say so.
Well, which reminds me, can I?
All right, so IOTA is still around at 24 cents each with the market cap of.
That's where it is now.
Yeah, 24 cents each. So that's where it is now. Versus back then, top 10, it was $1.26. Ooh, wow, yeah. So
it's 20% of what it used to be.
No. Lost 80% of its value. It used to be $1.26. Now it's 25 cents.
Oh no, I was saying it's 20. I was saying it's 20% of what it used to be. That's crazy.
What do you mean 20%? Oh yeah. It's 20. I see what you're saying. Sorry.
Yeah, I just said the same thing.
We're saying, you're doing the math differently. Yeah, same thing.
You were doing the glasses 80% empty, and I was, I guess
I'm a pessimist. I guess I've just been working with development.
The glass is 20% full.
I've been working with development for too long.
So I have another question.
Okay.
So can you talk about, as briefly as you need to, about trade value? I was looking at something about trade value, and somebody was saying, if someone sold $1 million worth of a token, and then bought $1 million worth of token, and then sold the same $1 million worth of token, but made $200,000 on it, the trade volume would be like 2.2 million. And I'm trying to understand how trade volume works.
Okay, so trade volume is just the aggregate total of what's been traded. So if I send you 1,000, so we sell 1,000 C3D for $1,000 each. That's $1,000 in trade volume. And then if you sell it back to me at $1,200, then that's $1,200 in trade volume. But usually it's over a period of time, right? So if you look at, so for example, if we're IOTA. All right, we're on IOTA, whatever. So basically, when you see 24-hour volume of 23.9 million, that means that collectively over the last 24 hours, that much in volume has exchanged hands.
How is it getting that much action? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know, right? With the token that nobody even talks about anymore, but that's only because it's been around for a while. I don't even know what its use case is these days. I don't hear anyone talking about it. I don't know what it's working. But you know what? Let me not talk bad about a token not even following. But I'm just saying, but in general, but something that we actually use, like say Bitcoin, maybe a better example, 43.8 billion in volume over the last 24 hours. But of its actual market cap, it's like maybe 11% of it, 12%. So that's one thing I actually kind of look at recently. I was actually doing, let's just say as an academic exercise, I was actually trying to project what the trade volume would be of some future token. And what I did was I studied the difference between 24-hour volume to market caps of tokens. And I kind of came with of fairly comparable tokens and coins in that had decent trading action. What you generally tend to find is anywhere from the bigger the market cap, the less trade volume comparatively you're going to have. So like I said, like 43 billion to 385 billion. That's like 12%, 11%, 12%, something like that. Because the market cap's so big, you're not going to trade the entire market cap. Whereas you get something like, I don't know, and it also varies in use case too. Whereas you get something like Tether, where its whole existence is just to trade back and forth. People aren't holding it, right? Or if they're holding it, they're just holding it in order to use it someday. So this one, you're going to get a higher trade volume. See this? It's almost 1-to-1.
Almost 100%, right? Mm-hmm.
Exactly, right. Because people are just trading $1 back and forth, because there's no reason to hold it. You're using it as a tool, as an instrument. And so you kind of get to somewhere between roughly 20-25% is like the kind of rough average of trade volume to market cap as an indicator of what as if you're trying to predict what a certain token or coin will do. The only reason why I bring that up is that trade volume is kind of seen as a indicator of a token's health or utility or volatility. So like some days, the trade volume is high on a token because, some news broke, right? Like on the day that Terra went down, trade volume, went through the roof, probably eclipsed, the market cap because so many people were, trading, out of it. Same thing with, yeah, go ahead.
That's what I'm wondering about trade volume, which was my question with trade volume, because I was trying to understand. Well, my understanding is that one person can have twice the effect on trade volume than the amount of tokens that they have. So that $1,000 in tokens, what was it, IOTA or whatever, $1,000 in those tokens could have a $2,000 or $2,500 effect on market value, or even
theoretically. Theoretically, well, first of all, you have to have at least two people to create any kind of trade, right? So for any trade volume, you need to have at least two people, right? But you could take $100 worth of a token and trade it 100 times in a day, and that would be $10,000 in trade volume, just going back and forth between two people.
That's crazy, but I understand.
Yeah. No, that's how it works. So you're right to an extent. Like, well, not it can never be just one person because you can't trade with yourself, or you can. But it's called wash trading. You're still creating like a straw person to trade back and forth, anyways. But you need at least two addresses to have to make a trade, and thus to have trade volume. And trade volume is can be affected by a lot of different factors. But a lot of times people look at it to see how utilized it is, what type of utilization it is, and the relative health or popularity of a token.
Okay, so a thought just popped into my head. So, well, actually, two thoughts. When you were talking about the health of a token, of a coin, and then you were saying BNB is struggling. I'm looking at the trade volume versus the market cap, and it's like barely 3%. Well, no, a little over 3%. It's almost 5%.
Okay.
About 5%. So that's pretty low trade volume when you said it's generally about 25%. Because then I started looking at the other coins and I could see that.
Well, it depends also. Let's take a look at what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at what BNB usually does in volume, right? So can we do? Let's see. Okay, see volume. Is this? I know there's a volume chart around here somewhere. Is it analysis? Is it? This is market cap. Trading View, I think, does trade volume. I mean, it's all kind of relative. I mean, BNB actually is a useful token, but well, actually, this is an indicator of a couple things. So because it is, like you said, barely 5% or whatever, it is useful as obviously doing day-to-day stuff on the Binance Smart Chain, but relative to Bitcoin, it's a lot smaller, it's a lot newer, et cetera, et cetera. But also, there's been value in the past in just holding on to BNB. So a lot of people keep, some of their net worth in BNB or whatever. It's seen as a store of value because 4 years ago, if you really want to do the Wayback Machine, I'll have to scroll down some. But 4 years ago, Binance Coin was $14. $14.
What?
Yeah, I remember because I remember buying Binance Coin at I think I bought it $5 or $6. It didn't do anything, I think. And then I think I sold most of mine at around 37 when it started to finally move, right? And then, of course, 2 months later, that shit was at 300. I was pissed.
Good Lord. Oh, the pain. My heart hurts for you.
Yeah, but that's before the advent of PancakeSwap. This is before maybe PancakeSwap might have been around, but it was, for whatever reason, it hadn't really taken off quite yet. No, actually, I want to say PancakeSwap really did take off in 2018, 2019, I think. Binance itself only came about in 2017, if I recall correctly. So this is still very young in its, quest towards, global dominance as the number one exchange in the world. And that's another thing too, is that when you see the moves that CZ is making, he's now starting to play nice with regulators. He's now made, pseudo overtures towards creating an actual headquarters so they can try to tax him appropriately, all this sort of stuff. He's got his Binance.us, Binance Korea, he's all over the place, right? He's putting his name on soccer jerseys in the Premier League. He's doing all the things like a major exchange would do. And just yesterday, I think I heard he's doubling down on, what was it? I think he said he's hiring 20,000 new jobs or something like that. He's going to hire 20,000 new people, or he put 20 million towards some sort of new fund. But he's still making big money moves even in the midst of this market downturn, because he's not going anywhere. He knows he's not going anywhere. And even if his wealth is tied up mostly in BNB, he's still, no one has accurately kind of portrayed how much he has, but back in the envelope math before all this, it was, he was like a decabillionaire. So he's going to be fine.
I didn't even know they made those.
Well, yeah, of course you do, because a centabillionaire, that's Elon Musk.
Yeah.
That's 100 billion plus. So, and he's probably actually he's just like a decabillionaire now too. He's
just
probably
a decabillionaire.
Yeah, yeah. That's an interesting thing.
I might use that kind of terminology to describe my student loan debt.
Well, I take it back. No, he's still at 215. This has to be old though. all his Tesla stock is gone. Like, here it is. Okay, here it is. So this is actually. So they've all well, their whole looks like the combined net worth of Bezos, Musk, and Zuckerberg has dropped a whopping 64 billion. Boo hoo. But but still he's still a centibillionaire. He's still worth 197 billion. So whatever, he'll be fine.
That's enough to buy everybody in the world like lunch and dinner.
You need to stop trying to buy Twitter's way. You need to stop that. Leave Twitter alone.
I know. I really felt some kind of way about that. I'm not going to even talk about it.
Anything else on your mind?
Oh, there was something else, but I can't remember it at this time. But nope.
Oh, your new computer. Congratulations on your new computer. Is this being recorded? I hope this is being recorded because I want to go back and listen to it because there's a lot of good stuff in here that I want to revisit so that I can lock it into the memory as good lessons.
You're too kind. Yes, of course, well, I hope it's being recorded.
I know with the new computer.
Yeah, I know, right? Telegram, though, I think hasn't changed. So, yes, as far as I know, it's being recorded and will be put up for posterity on our YouTube channel.
Okay, because I was looking I was like, where's the red dot? I don't know. Where is the red dot?
Oh, yeah, I see the red dot. It's
the red dot right there next to the little arrow.
Well, on my view, it's right next to the title AMA Wednesday up top. So, but yeah, it's slowly, lightly pulsing. But yeah, but this sucker's a beast. So like, I mean, I'm the type that needs to have like 200-300 tabs open, and that would it was getting to be too much for my 7-year-old computer. It literally would shut down once a week on its own. It was acting just crazy. And so now, I mean, this sucker is so souped up. Like, I mean, it does everything ultra fast. Hundreds of tabs open, and it's like 4% CPU. 5%, RAM, just usage. I mean, it's just, I love it. It's been long.
What did you get?
Oh, it's custom built. There's a company out in Seattle called Seattle Built. So they custom built it and delivered it, which was nice.
My computer could not handle. My computer is now officially about 10 years old, 10 and a half years old.
What? Sorry, my ears were bleeding. Did you say 10 years old?
I did.
Oh my God.
And
I know there are other things. I know they're starving people in the world or whatever, but my gosh, I mean, get yourself a new computer. You're a doctor, right?
I was thinking about it. I was like, I could use the tax write-off, but
yeah, this is totally a business expense. Please believe I'm writing this off. I think my accountant will amortize this over like the next 4 years.
Yeah, you need as many write-offs as you. Well, actually, you don't even need any write-offs, do you?
We're still writing stuff off from our very perilous first year. Trust me. So, but anyways, we're turning it all around this year. This is definitely our year. As a matter of fact, this is about to be our summer. This is about to be a hot CD3D summer. Now, like I said, I'm not giving you any dates. I'm not giving you any promises until we have something in audit, but I have a very strong feeling it's going to be a hot CD3D summer. All right. And so with that, is there any other questions or comments? Mm-hmm. Good to see. Good to see our gallery of community managers in the house. Miss Suss, Pow Coolwater, Mr. Butler 20.
Hello.
Aisha, we can barely hear you. I think you are having technical difficulties, but that's okay.
But now
because we know we will have you. We know we'll see your smiling face in the chat and back on here hopefully next week. So, and time for you to wrap up anyways, along that head of downloading stuff like Microsoft Office and adding MetaMask wallets. But thank you all for watching or listening to AMA Wednesday. We try to do this every Wednesday at this time, 2 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. GMT. I'll be back next Wednesday with an update on the progress of the Cinema Draft game and CD3D gaming token. Thank you all for watching and for listening. See you next week. And as always, holla at your boy.